everybody, welcome back to another video. We are continuing where we left off with the 5.2 main scenario quest. We're back in the tower about to speak with Alphino. Alphino is eager to assist Captain Lena. Well, I'm sure he is. Wonder what she wants though. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Sounds like a plan. Let's see what she has for us to do today. Been outside. Oh good, we don't have to go too far. I suggest we hurry. Lena does not strike me as one who enjoys being made to wait. We have little time, so I will be brief. A sin eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. A sin eater? I had heard some few yet remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single sin eater. A simple task for our god, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Well, let's be about it then. Excellent! Then let us make for Fort Job. Okay, so that sounds pretty easy. Go out there, inspire the troops, then come back. Feels kind of like chores now, though, now that I think of it. I'm a little bit scared though, because I've seen the trailer and I know who we do eventually speak with, but I don't know, is it going to be this early? I'll just head out here to Lakeland. Fly our way over. I know we could have just teleported there, but where's the fun in that? I wait like 3.5 months for these main scenario quest lines, and I want my money's worth. We are in Fort Job. Where are they? Over here, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's a sign of where you need to go if you see a large group of people waiting there. Sin eaters that remain no longer have a leader to guide them, but they are no less dangerous. They cannot be suffered to live. If you will wait here a moment, I will gather the others. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd likely have stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the fields, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, miss. Truly, it seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride an Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think that the Amorian soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clement. It took longer than I anticipated. Not to begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Tyler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up. Don't give in. I kept those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for a promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Oh, that was nice. A little bit of praise is good every once in a while, but we seem to be getting a lot of it lately. Then again, we did just save an entire world, so I guess a little bit of praise is expected. So we just gotta go out here and kill another eater. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I'd have sworn it was you who killed that Sin Eater. Oh boy. I have a very good idea who did this.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light? Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Alright, so let's see what Lena has to say now.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already.
Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Oh, that was so sweet. You know, it is said that they have like a grandfather-granddaughter relationship, but yeah, I find that so adorable. Alright, so what's the next quest? Facing the truth. Her mind at ease, Lena is ready to return to her duties. I will not keep you. You and your companions have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. Alright, so let's just return to the Crystarium. And you know what? I think I'm going to use my new mount. Yeah, that's right. I got my first dragon mounts. Oh man, I mean, it just feels like we get less and less stuff to do with every patch. So, like, I ran out of things to do like a month ago. And so I've just been kind of doing farming for totems for both Titania and Innocence. I haven't beaten Hades yet, so I'll need to get back and do that when I get a chance. I guess I was just so bored I just did the whole 99 runs of them, and believe me, it was not fun. Surprisingly though, it was Innocence that was a lot easier to beat. At least for me anyway. Titania was a nightmare. But I managed to get the 99 totems for each, and now look, I have my new mounts. Not only that, I managed to get all the weapons from Titania and all of the nice little accessories from Innocence, so I call it a very successful day. So, getting back to the matter at hand. We have a Warrior of Light walking around now. Well, technically we have two of them. No, wait, I guess just one. Yeah, so we're the only Warrior of Light and Darkness around here. The other one is, I don't know, I want to say that it's Elidibus who's walking around in Oddbert's skin, but at the same time, I feel kind of disappointed. I don't know, I just expect a lot more out of Elidibus. And come on, I mean, he's already tried possessing the body of a dead man once before, and look how well that turned out. I mean, you'd think they would learn their lessons by now, but no, they don't. But I think that's enough of me ranting and raving right now. Let's just head back, tell the others of this new development, and see where we go from there. We're back! Did you miss us? An adventurer calling himself a warrior of light. Why would anyone tie themselves to the legacy of individuals held in such low regard in the first? Alphinaud tells me a warrior of light has slain an incinerator. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to make of this. Ah yes, I was hoping to speak with you about, on second thought, never mind. It would be rude of me to pry. Asking about Lena. Warriors of light, harbingers of the flood and all the world's woes. That this wanderer would so boldly claim their title is most curious indeed. 'Tis strange to think how heroes so beloved by the people could be brought so low in so short of time. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people pursuing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with the renewed interest of their predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Oddbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the record stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Verbert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as sin-eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree. But as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed. Now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Oddbert who helped you to overcome Emixelt, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphinaud's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, Claire? I wish we'd done this sooner. I really do. I mean, they deserved a lot better than what they were treated as. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never, no? Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Bet Luke on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium in the Extra. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. I just had a thought. Does this mean that we're going to have to give a speech? There can be no darkness without light, and so it was that Oddbert was there in your hour of need. The people must be told. I have seen many a great and terrible thing in my long life, as has the Exarch, no doubt. Of man I can say this, his memory is short, his heart fickle. Let us pray that your words reach him. Seriously, does this mean we have to give a speech? Do they not know who they're talking to? She doesn't talk unless she has to. Then again, that would be a nice change. Speak with the people of the Crystarium. Oh, okay. So we just have to go around to all these places. I think there was a shortcut over here. It's been a while since I've actually had to run around here. Oh well, I'm sure we'll find our way around eventually. Okay, so not exactly what I was picturing. I was planning on heading to the cabinet first. But we'll settle for the mean. Hey, Catless. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Janolto for not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean and that she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. Yeah, listen, I was hoping that you could meet us later. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Alright, that's one person down, and we'll just teleport straight over to the cabinets. Make it easy. Now, I'm sure that he's going to be interested in this. No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Hey! Oh, Claire, forgive me. The cabinet of curiosity has been bursting with visitors of late, but I fear our repertory lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the Flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know that they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof. I dare call myself a librarian. Calm down, I'm here to help you with that. You would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the Flood? How wonderful! You have regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Why am I suddenly having a very bad feeling about this? Well, let's just head back here to the markets, I think. And where is that? Oh, it's in the infirmary. Okay, so it looks like we're going around to like all the kind of like the heads of like all the important features here in the Crystarium. Alright, here she is. Claire, Mud, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope that your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Hehe, I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. Yeah, I was hoping you could help us with something. The truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, there's more to the tale. I'd very much like to hear it. Okay, so let's see who's next. Really braggy, I remember him. So the marketplace is next, and we'll see who's next. Yeah, there he is. Come to browse wares in the markets, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll not have no trouble finding what you need. Whatever it may be, under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word has it that the fellow from Darius Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. Imagine it won't be long before all of Nordvant reaps its benefits. But you're not come to talk about the markets. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention that they had something to do with your returning the knight to Nordvant. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Alright, so just one more person. Oh, okay, I think I have an idea. Janor, I think his name is? Yep, here it is. Well, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night return, visitors have been frolicking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the Flood ever happened. Well, speaking of the Flood, the truth about the Warriors of Light? You already told me all there is to know, didn't you? Well, if there's more to their story, I'd love to hear it. Maybe then I can compete with Celia in regaining patrons with stories of their heroism. Perhaps I'll even inspire a few aspiring adventurers. Speaking of which, welcome to the Wandering Stairs, love. Okay, yeah, so she doesn't say anything different, it looks like. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know who she is, well, if you complete with the role quests, then you will know who she is. Okay, so let's head out there and speak with the others. I'm guessing this is where we gather. 'Tis good to see the people of the Crystarium so eager to learn the truth. And with this newfound knowledge of the past, they will at last be able to look to the future with eyes unclouded. Those I spoke with at the orchard and the rookery were quite keen to hear what we had to say, for as much hope as they have for the future, the scars of the past weigh heavy on them still. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air. Impossible.
You can see him too?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
that it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
It looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emet-Selk's failure here in the First, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emet-Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Oh boy, so just when we think things are going to get better, they get even more complicated. Just our luck. Alright, so I think that's a good place to end it for now. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we'll just have a quick look at what everybody says real quick before we call it a day right there. So there's supposed to be 10 quests in all. So right now we're at number 4. So we have 6 more quests left for the main scenario. They go by so fast. We were a hair's breadth from defeat when we faced Exarch, and now we must contend with yet another Ascian. We must tread carefully. What a despicable practice! Appropriating corpses. Such depravity eclipses any horrors I witnessed in the age of Verbert. They must be stopped. We must not act until Ardbert hath made plain his plans. 'Twould be folly to proclaim him as false at this juncture. Oh, just our luck. I hate that. Okay, so the next quest is called a Sleep Disturb, but like I said, we will call it there for now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you again real soon.